Welcome to another episode of Healing the Divide. Produced by Methodology Books.
Welcome to Healing the Divide. We don't bring you news and politics for the sake of discussion. Our responsibility is the bigger picture. Our bigger picture moment now is regarding the controversy over Trump's statements about the Medal of Freedom being equal to or better than the Medal of Honor. But what we're asking you to do now is take advantage of the opportunity to listen to what Trump says, not what he says about things, about matters, because you already know what he is, but listen to what he's telling you about himself. Because what's important to convey to everybody is the reality of the person that they've been considering for president. It's really shocking in America that a person like this is even considered for president.
I watched Sheldon sitting so proud in the White House when we gave Miriam the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest award you can get as a civilian.
He mentioned that it's the highest award that you can get. This is a person with a mentality of using superlatives, like how kids do. He always uses best, most, highest, everybody, nobody. He goes one way or the other. It's the best or the worst. He said everybody wanted Roe removed. How would everybody wanted it Roe versus Wade, right? He says this is the highest reward a person can get. This is important because remember, when he says highest, it's his tendency of using superlatives and making things to an extent that it's always got to be utmost, also because it's coming from him, but also because he can't help himself. He is a type of person that measures everything himself against other things, and if it's related to himself, he's going to be the best that ever did it. He's going to be the one who never did it. It's always to some extreme. So he says the highest award that a civilian can get, pointing out like something to achieve, right?
It's the equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor, but civilian version.
At this point, the thing that's so alarming is the fact that this man has been president, right? He was president. And he's in a position where he could learn so many things that the average citizen may not know about how things work. And it never occurred to him to find out the reality. He just thinks of something and just says it. Nobody makes a subject of these two medals being on a line with, compared to, equal to, their levels, how they measure. Those things aren't even a subject to the general public. People who have service family members who died in military, the last thing they think about is somebody who got a Medal of Freedom from the president for the variety of things a person can get it for. Nobody measures and compares them. He's the person who has to say it's equal, more so than anything else, because at that moment he's president, he's giving it out. So it has to have weight because he's the one that's giving it out, which brings it back to him. It's always about him.
It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor, that's soldiers.
This statement is not ambiguous. It's only one way it can be understood. He made it clear. He said it's actually, not virtually, not comparatively, it's actually much better. Again, his superlatives, he couldn't even stop at better. He said much better. It's much better. So he's giving the quality to it, and he's saying it's much better. But look at the reason that he says it's better. He's saying because the Medal of Honor is common. More people get it. People get it all the time. And it's soldiers, which again, if you listen carefully, he's putting it down. He's saying, and the ones who are getting it, they're just soldiers. He's getting ready to compare them to the person who's receiving it.
They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead.
I'm sure by now you've all seen that video with him talking about electric boats and sharks, and if the boat sinks, he thought it was a brilliant question. But here's the thing: even though he showed that he's a coward, because if he had an opportunity to try to swim or try to fight off a shark, he'd rather just die by electrocution, suicide by electrocution. Where's the so-called alpha male, right? Even though we know alphas are for animals. But here's the thing. I truly believe that Trump is more concerned not only about dying, but that if he did survive the shark attack, he couldn't handle having wounds and the way that he would look because he's so petty as relates to look. He's talking about people being hit by bullets. He's saying the honor that they get is not as great as the Medal of Freedom because their body's been hit by bullets, not because they were shot, not the idea of what they experienced being shot for their country, right? Not the sacrifice they made, but because their body has been hit by bullets, meaning they have bullet holes, they have wounds, their body doesn't look so good. So this is how he's measuring that the Medal of Freedom is better because the people who get Congressional Medal of Honor either dead or their bodies have been hit by bullets, meaning their body has been tattered or damaged. Doesn't look pretty or good anymore.
More than 300,000 men were wounded during the Vietnam War. Of those, more than 153,000 were hospitalized and over 150,000 suffered other injuries. Amputations or crippling wounds were 300% higher than in World War II and 70% higher than in Korea. 5,283 men lost limbs, and 1,081 sustained multiple amputations. The Vietnam War lasted from August 4, 1964 to January 27, 1973. 4,178 sailors and 51,392 Marines were wounded during the war, and 1,631 sailors and 13,095 Marines were killed in action. 40,934 men died in action, 30,963 died of wounds, 1,745 were missing in action, 116 were captured, and 103 were presumed dead.
She gets it, and she's a healthy, beautiful woman. It's right.
The sick people who applaud this, who thought that was a good statement. So the Freedom Medal, the Medal of Freedom given by the president is better because the person receiving it is beautiful, they're healthy, they're attractive, or they're someone that people in society won't overlook, that he doesn't look down on. So again, he's saying that the Medal of Freedom is better than the Medal of Honor for superficial reasons. He's saying that people who are sacrificing their lives, getting wounded, losing limbs. I mean, we're talking about people who have come back and even who have died here from cancers and things that they've experienced from being exposed to where they were. And he's saying because she looks good, that makes that medal that she received better than the one that they received. Do you hear the madness, the condition of this person?
And they're rated equal.
Trump is truly an idiot. He's out of touch with reality on so many levels. He says they're rated equal as if there is actually some commission or committee or some group of people who have actually considered the two medals side by side and rated them as equal. No one even thinks about the two in the same environment. He is also saying by this that, although some phantom group or organization says they're equal, I'm a genius and I'm here to inform you that the Presidential Medal of Freedom is much better than the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's all the time we have for now. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you like our presentation and what we're trying to contribute. And do share this video with friends and anyone you think needs to see it. Thank you and have a great night.